Nintendo.
Doubutsu No Mori, also known as Animal Forest in English, was the first installment in the Animal Crossing series. It was a game that was released in 2001 on the Nintendo 64 exclusively in Japan. However, in 2002, North America would get their hands on a version of Animal Forest as well, in the form of an enhanced port released for the GameCube. The localized port was a game called Animal Crossing: Population Growing, and it is the game that started the love many fans in North America have for the series. But I'm not here to talk about those games today. I'm here to talk about a game that never made it to North America. This game was called Doubutsu No Mori E+. Nintendo of Japan was impressed of how well the localization team for Animal Forest did porting their game over to a Western audience. So impressed actually, that the translated American port was translated back into Japanese. In addition to being translated, this game had some significant improvements made to it. The first improvement they made was to the packaging and the items that are included with the game. Please enjoy this unboxing of the game, commentated by special guest StarlitGlitch.
Thanks, Wilbo. As you can see, the game came in a larger box to allow room for the e-reader and other goodies. All of the packaging received an update to show off the new features, including the cardboard sleeve inside. The e-reader cards featured the E+ exclusive villagers. The cards actually contain all of the data for each of the villagers, meaning that they have more data on them than the regular ones. The only way to receive these villagers is to scan their card at the wishing well and have them move in the next day, which should also be done to have a villager move back. Being able to scan villagers to have them move in was something that was not included in the North American version. The E+ cards don't have passwords on them like the originals do, so you cannot receive letters from them. The Japanese cards do have the animal's favorite phrase though, which would become the words written on the back of their pictures in Wild World. These new cards look different from the original 4 series of cards, and the update seems to have been the inspiration for the Amiibo cards designs. There were also extra Pokemon and game e-reader cards to enjoy. The packaging for E+ was exclusive to Japan, and even the game disc itself received a makeover. That's it. Thank you for having me.
Although this game was never translated into any other language besides Japanese officially, there is an ongoing fan translation project to translate the game into English, which is being run by a person named Kueller, along with his localization team. It is only released for his Patreon supporters so far since it's not complete, but it will be getting a full release to the public for free when it's complete. To make this video easier to understand, I will be using footage from the fan translation version of the game. One of the bigger features that was introduced in this game was called town decorations. The town decorations feature is similar to a feature you all might know called public works projects, which is from Animal Crossing New Leaf. In Animal Crossing New Leaf, you had the option to put down structures such as benches and lights. You would have to talk to Isabelle and select which project you wanted to place down and where you wanted to place it in your town. You then had to contribute bells to your project until it was funded for the construction to start on it. Once funded, the project would be available the next morning. In Doubutsu No Mori E+, there is a similar yet different system. If you talk to Tom Nook about town decorations, you'll have a selection of 3 structures to place in valid acres. These 3 structures are chosen randomly out of a pool of 12 structures that you could possibly get. Similar to public works projects, all of these town decorations take exactly 1 day to build, and you don't really get to choose their specific location in the acre, it's kind of just placed where it is. Here you can see I've chosen to place the flower clock. I'm not really satisfied with just that town decoration, I kind of want all of the town decorations. But how would I go about doing that? Well, the answer to that is the object delivery service. So the only way to get more town decorations in this game was to go through this object delivery service. And the object delivery service wasn't actually inside of the game. It was on the official Animal Crossing website. Now these days, this part of their website has been taken down, but luckily through the use of the Wayback Machine, we could actually go back and take a look at what the website looked like. Here you'll have a catalog of all 15 town decorations for you to generate codes for. And once you generate that code, you could use that code to buy the town decoration from Tom Nook. As an example, I'm going to generate a code for the footprint town decoration. Once you choose which structure you want, you'll be taken into this Flash application / mini game, and you have the option to barter here for the price of the town decoration. So each time you click the barter button, you have the chance of getting 10% more off of your order, and you can just keep doing this. There's no penalty for bartering, so you can keep doing this up until 30% to get that 30% discount in game. Once you're done bartering, you could select a valid acre to place the town decoration in, and you could tell which ones are valid by talking to Tom Nook beforehand and trying to buy a different town structure. He will let you know which ones are valid and which ones aren't. And then you place your player name in and your town name in, and it will generate a code for you. Now these codes are written in hiragana, and as an English speaker, I don't really read that often, but through the use of Kueller telling me where I went wrong and where I was an idiot, I was able to input the right code. However, little hiccup, the code, the acre was invalid, so I couldn't, I wasted 30 minutes of my life. Whatever. A lot of new villagers were added to this game and made their last appearance in this game. For example, the villagers that are on screen now were cut from the series after Doubutsu No Mori E+. There was also an entire row of fish added to this game, making for 8 new fish to collect. These fish included the horse mackerel, the squid, the octopus, the dab, the olive flounder, the seahorse, the pufferfish, and the swordfish. Similarly, there were 8 new insects added to this game, including the crab, the hermit crab, the coconut crab, the flea, the water beetle, the birdwing butterfly, the dung beetle, and the Hercules beetle. Normally, you wouldn't be able to visit Tom Nook's store after it closed. However, in this game, a feature was added where if you hit the door with a shovel 3 times, Tom Nook will actually let you go in and shop. Once you go in, you'll be greeted with Tom Nook in his pajamas, and he'll talk to you very slowly, and he'll be a little bit angry that you woke him up with a shovel. Because of this, anything you buy will be 20% more of the normal value, and anything you try to sell him will be 30% less. Now, as he is tired, he also walks very slowly, like really slow, like extremely slow. He's still coming, I think. Anyway, I just wanted to show this extra side bit. If you buy something like a tool that requires an explanation, he will explain it to you in his sleep voice, which is kind of very slow and hilarious. When you're leaving the store, he will ask you to come in the morning next time and to not bother him like that again. Once every week, a random rock will have a chance of cracking, and if you hit the cracked rock again, it will reveal an entrance to the Reset Center. This is where Rossetti and his brother Don monitor your save file for resets. To gain access to this place, you'll need to reset your game twice to meet Rossetti twice. You could also meet Don in this Reset Center if you've met him by resetting your game. Rossetti will kindly tell you to get out, but in the meantime, you can explore a little bit around the center. There's not much to interact with, but there is a TV with a faint Japanese speaking voice. I asked Kueller if he could translate it at all, and he said it was so low quality that he couldn't make out the words, but it seems to be that they're speaking Japanese on the TV. While Kueller was working on translating the game, he actually found 2 unused seasonal color palettes. We could take a guess at what these seasonal palettes would be used for. Kueller says that the first one seems to be a transition between fall and winter or winter and spring, and the second one just seems to be a winter variant with a yellowish tinge. In Animal Crossing Population Growing, there was an island you could visit by connecting your Game Boy up to your GameCube. In this game, however, the island is now a debt you pay after completing all of your house upgrades. Once you finish paying off your house fully, Tom Nook will offer the island for you to buy. After agreeing to buy the island from Tom Nook, you will have the ability to name the island whatever you want. He will also say he was thinking about building a resort there, but it wasn't in his budget. We could see this resort idea being used in a later entry in the game series, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Each player in your town was able to get an island as well, so you were able to get up to 4 islands in your town. Once you're finished naming your island, Tom Nook will introduce your debt. At first, he'll be a little mean about the price. However, after some consideration, he'll lower it down to just 1 million bells. After everything's said and done, you could talk to Cap'n down at the dock to take you to your island whenever you want to. Once Captain's done singing his song and you reach the dock, you'll be able to walk around on your island. Now there is a way to get villagers on your island by scanning e-reader cards into the wishing well. There are also some villagers you could only get in your town by getting this island upgrade. Also, if you wanted to complete your encyclopedia, there are 2 fish and 2 insects on this island that you'll need to collect. You'll also receive a secondary house on this island that you could decorate. The house also comes with a few islander outfits that are red and blue. This house will not count towards your Happy Room Academy score, so you don't need to worry about that. You could also make a custom pattern for your island flag and hang it up on this pole. I want to talk about an infamous plant in the Animal Crossing series called the Jacob's Ladder. The way to get this plant in each Animal Crossing game is to have a perfect town. This game, however, was the first game that the Jacob's Ladder was introduced in. Once you get a perfect town, this flower can be found growing near the cliffside. Up on the screen I've listed the requirements to get the Jacob's Ladder in this game. It's a pretty lengthy and specific list, so I'm not going to say all of it in the video, but you could pause and read if you want to. Eavesdropping was a feature that was first introduced worldwide in Animal Crossing Wild World. However, Doubutsu No Mori E was the first game to introduce this feature into the series. The feature allowed you to listen in on villager conversations. Despite my best efforts to make this happen naturally, I couldn't get it to happen, so I couldn't get footage, sorry. This game not only introduced new songs in its soundtrack, it also changed the original songs and added more instruments to make them sound more vibrant. I'm going to play a portion of the 2 title screen songs side by side so you could see what I mean. Thank you to everyone who watched this video and stuck with it all the way through, and I want to thank StarlitGlitch for doing the commentary on the unboxing, and Kueller for providing a lot of the information that I needed to make this video. If you want to check out their channels or Kueller's Patreon project, I'll link them in the description. Thank you for watching. Peace!